In the quiet town of Naro-Fominsk, just southwest of Moscow, a man once sworn to uphold the law turned into one of Russia's most chilling killers. Between May and September of 2008, the streets that once felt safe became a hunting ground, stalked by a man later called the Naro-Fominsk Maniac. His name was Andrei Aleksandrovich Surikov. Andrei Surikov was born on April 2, 1978, in Naro-Fominsk, a small industrial city in Moscow Oblast. Adopted at an early age, he grew up in a well-respected family. His adoptive father was a businessman, his mother a director at a local meat processing plant. To neighbors, he was polite, reserved, and never caused any trouble. After finishing school, Surikov joined the traffic police. He wore the uniform proudly, a symbol of order, of service, of control. But behind that uniform was something darker, something waiting to surface. Over time, colleagues began noticing changes in him. He became distant. He talked less, worked erratically, and would sometimes just stare into empty space for minutes at a time. Later, investigators would learn that Surikov had been hearing voices. He believed those voices were not in his head, but were commands from Lucifer himself. What made him obey those voices we may never know. But on May 18, 2008, he acted on them for the very first time. That morning, 15-year-old Yulia P. was walking home from a friend's house. It was broad daylight, and the path she took was one she had walked 100 times before. But Surikov was waiting. He attacked her suddenly, first trying to strangle her with a rope, then stabbing her repeatedly with a stiletto knife. He took her watch and fled the scene. When her body was found hours later, the local community was shocked. A brutal killing, in broad daylight, in a peaceful town. The police initially called it a random act of violence. But it wasn't random, it was just the beginning. Weeks later, another young woman was attacked in nearly the same way. Strangulation, followed by stabbing, then another. The killer left behind a strange and disturbing clue each time, something that belonged to the previous victim. A watch, a shoe, a small personal token, as if to mark each crime with a twisted signature. The press soon began whispering the words, Naro-Fominsk Maniac. Fear spread through the town like a virus. Parents stopped letting their daughters walk alone. The police increased patrols, but the man they were desperately searching for was one of their own. By day, Andrei Surikov still appeared calm, an ordinary, unassuming man. He shopped for groceries, greeted his neighbors, and lived a quiet life in a simple apartment. But at night, he roamed the outskirts of town, driven by delusions of darkness. He believed he was carrying out the will of the devil, a holy mission of blood and sacrifice. Psychologists would later diagnose his condition as paranoid schizophrenia, but during those terrifying months, no one suspected the quiet ex-policeman was capable of such monstrous acts. On September 10, 2008, Surikov struck for the last time. He killed another teenage girl, leaving behind the same brutal marks of his violence. By then, investigators were closing in, piecing together witness statements, footprints, and multiple reports of a man seen near the crime scenes. Still, his identity remained a mystery, until April of 2009. That day, Surikov tried to rob a local man, but he only managed to steal 250 rubles, which is less than $10. As he fled, a group of villagers caught and restrained him. When police arrived, they realized this petty thief perfectly matched the description of their serial killer. During a search of his apartment, officers made a chilling discovery: personal belongings of the murdered victims, including a watch with his fingerprint on it. The Naro-Fominsk Maniac had finally been caught. At first, Surikov denied everything. But when confronted with the overwhelming evidence, he began speaking about the voices. Lucifer's commands, he said, orders to purify the town through death. His calm, emotionless tone disturbed even the most seasoned detectives. There was no remorse, no anger, only a cold, unwavering conviction. He truly believed he was chosen for this mission. When the case reached court, prosecutors expected a straightforward conviction. They had 3 murders, clear evidence, and a confessed killer. But psychiatric experts at Moscow's Serbsky Center reached a shocking conclusion. Surikov, they determined, was suffering from paranoid schizophrenia, and at the time of the murders, he was not criminally sane. He was found not guilty by reason of insanity, a ruling that outraged many in Naro-Fominsk. Instead of prison, he was sent to a psychiatric hospital for indefinite treatment. Some locals believed he deserved the death penalty. Others pitied him, a once honorable officer destroyed by his own mind. Inside the hospital, Surikov was classified as extremely dangerous. He was kept under strict observation, isolated from other patients. Reports claim he remained silent most of the time, often drawing strange symbols on the walls of his room. Some say he believed Lucifer still spoke to him. There are unconfirmed rumors that he may have taken his own life, though official records have never confirmed his death. The story of Andrei Surikov is not just the story of a killer. It is the story of how a mind can collapse, how delusion can twist a sense of duty into an engine of destruction. He once swore to protect the people of Naro-Fominsk, but in the end, he became their greatest fear. His case remains one of the darkest examples of law enforcement gone rogue, and a chilling reminder that monsters don T always hide in the shadows. Sometimes they wear a badge. Thank you for watching this episode. If you'd like to learn more about real criminal cases from around the world, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Because the truth is often darker than fiction.